Hi people, welcome all. So this is the first session for CSS. CSS. In this class, we'll be starting with after the HTML. After the HTML, this is the first class for CSS. So cascading style sheets. So today we'll be looking into the basic things. What are all things like that are involved in CSS cascading styles. So before that, let me share my screen. So on a quick note, I'll take all the doubts in the end of the session. Please don't go on mute by yourself. Please be on mute by yourself. If you have any doubts related to anything, just at the end of the session, once I'm done, you can start asking. I'll unmute you. You can raise your hand. I'll unmute you. You can ask the questions and all. Okay. Uh, I'll take the session for a few minutes and then we can start. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. So this is the first session for CSS part. So in this course, like after the HTML, this is the first class for CSS, and here we'll be covering about completely cascading styles. Okay, what is CSS and what are this is the syllabus for CSS, what is CSS and everything we'll be looking into it. So what is CSS first? What is CSS? Come back here. Let me give it there. So we have learned HTML. We have learned HTML. In that HTML, we were able to do only a few things. Like we were able to do only content. We were able to add only content on the website, right? We were able to add only content on the website. But when it comes to CSS, what does the CSS do? It brings out style. It applies styles. It applies various styles to the website. Okay. For example, if you just take your Chrome, for example, if you take this Chrome, so normally if you don't like there is no cascading styles, you will be able to see this Google itself. Okay. If this Google is there in white color background, white color, and the background there is an image. Okay. So this is like whenever I hover on this, whenever I hover my cursor on this YouTube, it is throwing some black shadow. So how to apply that? So whenever I click on this one on link clickable tags, so it came into this the size is very much small compared to other characters. So how to bring these styles, how to apply these styles will be completely dependent on, will be completely achieved by using this cascading styles, by using the cascading style sheet. So the CSS full form is nothing but cascading style sheet, cascading style sheet, cascading style sheet. Okay, using this only we'll be able to apply some. Okay, we'll using this only we'll be able to apply some, bring some like what you can say live, to bring some what you the correct word is bring some life to the web page. Okay, bring some life to the web page. If you just see the content, if you have only the content, it will be like some black and white color itself, it will be there. It won't be normal HTML courses, like HTML will be of for black and white content, that's it. But when you apply some styles itself, then only it will be having some, life to it, add colors to your life like that. Okay, coming to this CSS, why it is required we have already seen, but it will bring life to our websites. Okay, cascading style sheets, it was introduced in 1996. Okay, and later point it has various versions came, like 1998 there was another version. In 1999 there was another version, CSS3. Right now we are using CSS3 third version, updated version. So later also we got this 2000 CSS 2.1 also released in year 2004. 2004 it was released, CSS updated version. Okay, CSS 4 version came in year in later year. CSS 4 version also came, which is used for C Pro, CSS Pro, and CSS mobiles. Okay, which is particular to that, it is applied. And why it is required is it makes us easy. Like for example, saves time. It saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time. Why? How it is saves? How does it saves time? So everything we'll see in the coming concepts. We'll look into it, and it is easy maintenance. Okay, it is easy maintenance. Why we call it as easy maintenance, and why did we call it saves time? You'll understand when we apply some styles. When we cover the first concept, you'll be able to understand that. TENANC, TENAN. Maintenance, easy maintenance. Okay, so first thing we'll look into the first is what is the syntax for. Okay, what is the syntax for? What is the syntax for SY? Syntax for CSS. Okay, so what is the syntax for CSS, and what are the ways to apply CSS? Apply the styles to the tags. So in this course, in this today, we'll be looking into what are the different ways, what are the different kinds of ways that we'll be applying the styles to the tags, and what is the syntax that is involved. We'll be looking over to all the different ways. What is the different syntaxes that we'll be following? We'll be looking into it. So what are the three different ways? There are three different ways that we can apply styles to the tags. So you might have observed only few ways, I guess. One is the first approach is inline approach. Okay, one is the first approach is inline approach, ROACH, inline approach. The second one is internal approach. Okay, second one is internal approach, and the third one is external approach. So what is this internal approach, inline approach, and internal approach? Till now, we in HTML we have used some styles. We have applied some styles. Okay, we have applied some styles during our HTML course. We have applied some styles. Okay, so in that only we have followed only one approach. Okay, what is that approach? We'll look into it. And what are the other types of approaches that are there? We'll see that. So we can apply styles to our website in three different ways. Okay, we can apply CSS styles in three different ways. One of the first one, we'll see it now. One of the first one is how to apply using inline approach. What is this inline approach called? What is this inline approach called? So for example, let us take a tag called h1 tag. Okay, in this h1 tag, let me write introduction. Introduction, TUDCTION, introduction. And also I'll keep this after this h1 tag. I'll write a paragraph. I'll write a paragraph. Under this paragraph, I'll say that lorem. So I'll some dummy data. I'll give it lorem 30. So dummy data have been given. So I'll keep this both of them. I'll keep this both of the tags in a division. I'll keep it. Okay. I'll keep both the tags in a division. So let me place it there. Yeah. So now I have applied some division. So let me open it in the screen now. So now you are able to see this. There is an introduction heading, and there is a paragraph here. Let me add a few more lines. The paragraph, lorem 500. Okay, come back. So this is what I have it. Like I have an introduction and I have a paragraph. I have it. Now I want to apply some styles to it. What I want to do, I want to apply some styles to it. So this is the inline approach. We are following the inline approach. Okay, observe it carefully. So I want to apply some styles to it. Like I want to change the color of it. I want to change the background color of this two tags. So how will I do? I will say styles. This is inline approach style. I'll give an attribute called. So I'll give an attribute called style here. I'm adding an attribute to the division tag. Inside it, I'll say that background color is white. Some or else any color, chocolate, I'll give it. Chocolate. Background color, chocolate, I'll give. So if you come back and observe here, so you can observe that the color has been changed at the backend. So the entire h1 tag, for h1 tag and for this tag, So entirely it is changed. Okay. For example, I don't want like this, like I have another paragraph. Okay, I have another paragraph, a division is there, another division is there. Okay, so I'll say that H1 tag, I'll write another division. Here I'll say that conclusion. I'll say that conclusion. After this, I'll say paragraph lorem 200. Okay, lorem 200, I'll give it. And I'll say that conclusion. I'll say that conclusion and lorem 200, I'll give it. Now come back. So there are no colors for this. Let me apply some colors for this also. So I'll say that style equals to background color. Black, I'll give it. Okay, black, I'll give it. So if I give black, everything is changed. So let me change the color for the other one, the text color. So I'll say that color white, I'll give it. Color white, I'll give it. So I got it in this way. I have changed the color to, I changed the text color to white. I changed the text color to white. Okay, this is called inline approach. When however you want to apply, like when whatever the division tags that you have it, you can create a tag, like not only for division tag, like if I want it for a different tag, I want it for a separate tag. H1 is there, so hello world is there. So for this H1 tag also, I want a separate color. So let me say that color. So before that, style, I want to apply some style. So background color, I'll say that magenta, and I'll say that color is salmon. Come back and observe here. You'll be able to see this magenta and salmon colors. So this is what inline approach means. That means whatever the tag you write it, okay, whatever the tag you write it previously, however, whatever the tags that you have written in the body part, okay, all the tags, you can directly write the styles by adding the style as an attribute. Okay, so this adding the style is nothing but cascading styles. This is nothing but applying the cascading styles. Okay, using that cascading styles. So I'm giving the cascading styles in this. Okay, I hope that is clear. I'm applying the cascading styles. This is called inline approach. This is called inline approach. Okay, let me give another way. Let me open another file. Let me give another file, HTML file. So I'll say that 01 day 1 internal. Okay, till now we have seen inline, right? Now we'll see internal approach. So let me change it, internal approach. I created another file. Okay, so internal approach. So for this also I have some tags. H1 tag is there. I have what do you say? Hello world, Control D, hello America, Control D, hello Australia, Control D, hello India, Control D, hello UK. So I have multiple countries like this. So if I just open this in this one, okay, if I open this in this one, so there are multiple H1 tags are there. There are multiple H1 tags are there. So for all these tags, I want to apply the same color. So normally if it is I want to apply the background color as black and color as white. So what will be the normal way? So I'll say that style equals to background color, black, and the color as white, I'll say, right? So I want to apply the back color for everything. Like I'll just say that black color as background and the color as white. So what I'll do, I'll just apply this everything here by going to each and every tag. So for all the H1 tags, I want the same color. So what I'll do, I'll go and apply the same thing for each and every tag. So this will be a time-taking process, right? This will be a time-taking process. I don't want to do it like this. So then only we do have this approach called internal approach. We do have an approach called internal approach where you can apply the same styles for all that similar tags in a single go. So how to apply that? How to follow that internal approach? Come to this header part. Okay, inside this, give style tag. Inside this style tag and complete and write a H1 tag. So now I want to apply styles for H1 tag, right? All the H1 tags. So what I'll do, I'll say that H1 tag here, open the brackets. Okay, so open the brackets and then write the background color as black and color as white. So color as white. If you just go back and observe, so you'll be able to observe that all the tags, H1 tags are applied with the same color. All the H1 tags are applied with the same background color and color. So now if I have some other paragraphs, other lorem 33 is there. So this paragraph is there. Control C, let me apply it there. So I'll add some tags at everywhere after every H1 tag. So I have some paragraph tags. I have some paragraph tags. I have this like this. Okay, now I want to apply some styles for this paragraphs also. I want to apply some styles for this paragraphs. Every paragraph should be in a different color. So how can I give it? I'll just say that I'll just say for paragraph I want to apply. So I'll just say that background color. So gray, let us give coral. Let us give coral and color as black. Okay. So now you will be able to see this. So I got this coral and then I got the black color. So it is already black. Like just give the little bit black. Let me give brown or something, like it will change it. So let it be black itself. Now this is how you can give the tags, like internal approach. Whenever you are having the similar tags, okay, whenever you are having the similar multiple tags are there and all the tags for if you want the same color, you will be going with internal approach. Let us give one more thing. So I want to apply some padding and margin for all the tags. There are multiple tags are there. I want to apply padding and margin for all the tags, for all the H1 and paragraph tags. How will I do it? I'll just say that H1 comma P flower brackets. Okay, H1 comma P and flower brackets. Give that margin 10 pixel, padding 10 pixel. Okay, margin 10 pixel and padding 10 pixel. So it has increased like this. Okay, so for paragraph, if you want to increase the height, around 200 pixel, if you want to increase it, just increase it like this. So I got it in this manner. Okay, so this is how you can go with the internal approach. Okay, this is how you can go with the internal approach. This is what the internal approach is. Now come back once again, like we have discussed that, right? We have discussed that there are three types of approaches. One is inline. So when you give the styles inside the tag itself, that is called inline approach. When you give outside of it, and if in the same website, in the same web page, okay, if you're given the same in the same way, in the same HTML code, that is called internal approach. If you want to go outside it, how to apply this external approach? Let us see that also. Let me create another file. HTML file 01 day 1 external approach. Let me change the title. External APPROACH external approach. Let me give some tags here. So I'll say that. Let me give some content. Apple, ball, lorem 33. Okay, let me repeat it. So it is a P tag. Kindly turn off your video. Yeah. Okay, let me go with the other one, P tag. So P tags I have given. Okay, I have given some multiple tags I have given. Let me give H1 again, H1 lol. Okay, so I have given this tag. So let me open this one. Let me open this page. Okay, so here you have written some few tags. Let me repeat all this. You have written some few tags. So if there are multiple tags are there, and you're applying some styles to it, and you are writing all the styles here itself, it will be very much confusing. Okay, it will be very much confusing that you are including the styles also inside this tag itself. Okay, you are applying the styles also inside this HTML itself. But if you want to keep it separate, okay, if you want to separate the HTML code with the CSS code, if you want to separate the HTML code with the CSS code, we will be going on with the external approach. We will be going on with the external approach. How to do that? We'll create a file, we'll create another file. Let me give that file name. I'll say that style sheet one dot style sheet one. So I'll create this style sheet. Okay, I'll create this style sheet. So here I'll say that for all the H1 tags, I want different color. So I'll say that H1. Okay, for all the H1 tags, color equals to background color equals to orange red. Color equals to black. Okay, so let me give white. Okay, color is equals to white, black and white. So let us give for paragraph also, let us give few more tags. Let us give orange, color as black. Okay, so now here I have applied the colors externally. I have applied the styles externally, but I didn't link it. So even though I have applied the styles, but I'm not able to observe these changes where I was not able to observe any changes in this. Okay, I was not able to observe any changes in this. So how to bring the changes here? So we need to add a tag inside the head tag. Inside the head part, we need to add one tag called link tag. Okay, we need to add a tag called link tag, where that we will be having this href hypertext reference. You need to bring the tag here, which is style sheet. You need to say that style sheet name, whatever the style sheet name that is there here, you have to link, you have to say that name here. That is style sheet one.css. So save it and come back. So you'll be able to see the changes here. You'll be able to see the color upgradations here. Okay, so this is what external approach is. If you make the changes, if you just make a wrong sheet, you'll not be able to apply it. So you need to apply the exact sheet, whatever you are thinking about. Whatever the sheet that is you have created, that sheet only has to be linked. Okay, this is what the third approach is, which is external approach. So what is the difference? Like, why can't we use this one? Why can't we use this? Which approach is the best approach in this three? Which approach is the best approach? So internal approach is the best and worst cases, like bad approach. You can say that it is a bad approach. Bad practice, you can say it as bad practice. Okay, normally nobody will be using this internal approach, inline approach. Inline approach will not be used by any of the developers. So why? Because we have to write the styles itself. It will be like confusing for other people to read, whether it is a tag or whether it is a style you are applying. It will be very much confusing. So normally nobody will practice this approach, inline approach. Internal approach will be followed. It will be followed for only for the few tags. If the code is minimum. If the code is lesser, then we will be using this. We'll be going with internal approach. If the code is if the code is bigger, then we'll be going with we'll be following, most of the times we'll be following the external approach itself. This is the best practice. Okay, this is the best practice for external approach is the best practice to apply the styles to your tags. Okay, external approach is the best practice to apply the styles to your tags. So we are done with ways. What are the different ways that are there under this style tags? Internal approach, external approach, and introduction. Now coming to the next part, we'll look into this selectors. What are the selectors? So till now, whatever we did, let me create another file. Yeah, let me create, save it. So till now we have written multiple tags, right? Multiple tags we have written. Hello world. Okay, we have written multiple tags. So whenever we are applying the styles for these tags, whenever we are applying the styles for the tags, what are we doing? We are selecting a particular tag. We are selecting a particular tag and then we are applying the styles, right? We are selecting a particular tag and then we are applying the styles. So selecting a tag is with there are different kinds of approaches whenever we are selecting the tag. Okay, whenever we are selecting the tag, there are different kinds of approaches. So all these approaches are selectors. How to select in different ways, how to select a tag in different ways. One is the first approach is the first one is tag selector. The first one is tag selector. Second one is ID selector. Third one is class selector. Okay, fourth one is attribute selector. Attribute selector. Fifth one is pseudo selector. Okay, pseudo selector. Sixth one is mixed selector. Okay, sixth one is mixed selector. So there are different approaches that are there under whenever we are going to select the tags. Okay, these are the 6 different approaches that are there for whenever you are selecting the tags. Okay, applying the tags is a different one, different concepts. Applying the styles for the tags is different approach, that is different. So we are selecting the tags, right? Particular tags we are selecting it. So how to select the tags, how to select those tags? Okay, what are the different types of selectors we can, what are the different ways of selecting a tag? We'll be seeing it in the next concept, which is selectors concept. Okay, what are the different ways that are there? Okay, for now, this is fine. Okay, I will take your doubts now. Let me stop sharing my screen. I hope this is clear. Let me stop sharing. Yeah, I hope this is clear. So let me take the doubts. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and you can ask me. So I'm stopping the